Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to upgrade your PS4 hard drive. I'm going to try and make it as complete as possible so people out there have a tutorial on how to just update their hard drive, because it is something that's going to need to be done eventually. So what you're going to need as tools are, before you start this, is a precision screwdriver, something flat bladed, a butter knife will work fine, and a larger Phillips head screwdriver, which will be evident as the video goes on. The hard drive I'm going to be using is a 1.5 terabyte Seagate expansion portable drive. I got it for $119 at Dick Smith's Electronics. I think they're having a sale on at the moment. It'll be tripling the amount of storage space I've got on my PS4, which should be hopefully last me 2 to 3 more years. So let's go ahead and do this tutorial. Before we do that, there's a few things you're going to want to do before you put the new hard drive into your PS4. PlayStation has a website dedicated to upgrading the hard drive. As you can see, the hard drive must be 2.5 inches and 9.5 millimeters thick. So it's got here a few things. So first of all, you want to back up the save files, which we'll do soon. That just has a sort of a walkthrough on how to remove and install the new hard drive, and I've also got to install the system software. And then it goes copy, and then the backed up save data that you have, you want to copy that back to your PlayStation 4 system. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is saving the system software onto a USB. You're going to want the USB to be at least 1 gigabyte of storage, which would be most common these days. I'm going to be using a 16 gig USB. So what we're going to do now is go onto the web page of the system software. Now you want to make sure you don't download the system update. You want to download which is about 270 megabytes. You want to download the larger file, which is about 700 odd. So here, this is the update file. You don't want that. You want to perform a new installation of the system software. So it shows you pretty much how to do it here. You can download that file now by clicking it. I had to open a new tab to get it to download. We'll wait for that file to download, and then I'll show you how to create the USB to put that system software on. Alright, so I'll be back soon. My internet's a bit slow. Okay, so on the left hand side I've got my file, my USB there. I'm creating a new folder to PS4, like on the thing on the right. Then once you create that file, what you want to do is create a new file called update. I actually had to rename this to PS4 update. The 2 actually caused an error, so if you see anything like a 2, which maybe if you download it twice, please change that to just PS4 update. The next thing we're going to be doing is transferring the saved files over to a USB. So what you want to do is go to Application Save Data Management. You actually want to go, no, alright, so you don't want to do that. You want to go to Save Data in System Storage. Now you can upload it to online storage or the USB storage device. I'm just going to do one of these to demonstrate how to do it. Just select all, copy that to the USB, and wait for that to download. And you pretty much do that with all your saved files. This way you have something on USB to transfer over once you install the new hard drive, which will wipe all of your saved files. If you have internet. Okay, so now we're going to be installing the new hard drive. First of all, what I'm going to be doing is opening up this box to get the external hard drive. And inside the external hard drive is a 2.5-inch, 9.5mm hard disk drive that'll be fitting into the PlayStation 4. Please note that taking this external hard drive apart will void your warranty. But I just did this because it was the easiest to access. Seems that it's more expensive to buy the hard drive itself. Anyway, so we're going to be, it's in a plastic case. This is a cable that you would connect to your computer. So now I'm just unwrapping the plastic protection around it. I'll be keeping that for later. This is the external hard drive. It's just some plastic case around it. It can be, you'll need some flat-bladed device to take this apart. So I found that a knife worked better than a flat-bladed screwdriver. So you start from the back, and just by not using too much force, you can easily pry that back up. So you'll hear clicks, which means that it's unlocked from the back. Then you just try and do the same thing from the side. So it does require a bit of force, but you don't want to try too much that you break the casing, because it'll, if you want to use the PS4's 500GB hard drive in the external drive, you've got a case to put it in. But anyway, here I am just trying to take it apart. It shouldn't be too hard. You see the hard drive inside, and here we are. We've got the hard drive out. So as you see, it's a Samsung hard drive. Here's all the data on it. It's got 1500 gigabytes. So now we're going to take that out. It's got this foil around the sides, and these rubber grommet things on it. So I've taken off the foil from the side. It doesn't require too much force. I found that using a knife or something just to get underneath it will take it off a bit, and you've got that foil there. I'm going to try and keep everything and store it away, depending on what I want to do with the hard drive. So anyway, I'm taking off the plastic grommets. I apologize for not having what I'm doing in the camera. It's a bit hard to make sure. I'll try and keep the hard drive in the camera. Now you're going to want to take this thing off. That's where the USB cable connects. You don't want to pull it off. It'll be really hard. But if you use a flat-bladed screwdriver and just get under those plastic bits there, you can just take it off with ease with that. It requires a few pushes on each side, but it will come off. It's in there pretty tight, and that silicone board is pretty fragile. So just take your time, and you can get that out of the hard drive with ease just by using a small flat-bladed screwdriver. Okay, so I think I've almost got it off. Yep. Okay, I've got that motherboard off. So I've got the hard drive in all of its glory. Everything's been taken off. Now it's time to take the hard drive out of the PS4. I'll put everything away, and we'll move over to the PS4. Take the hard drive out of the PS4, it's not too hard. It's housed under that plastic enclosure. So with a bit of force, just pulling back on it, you can take the hard drive out. Just got to pull that one more side off, and yep, okay, so I've got the plastic case off. You can see the hard drive is housed under there. So you'll see that there's one screw holding it. It's got the infamous 4 PlayStation's symbols. It's got the cross, the circle, the triangle, and the square around it. So you use a precision screwdriver to get that off. And once you get that off, you can take the hard drive out of its bay. So I think I've almost got it out. Yep. Okay, so I'll put that aside. And now you can just slide the hard drive out. there we have it, the 500GB PS4 hard drive. Okay, so on the sides of the bay that's holding the 500GB PS4 hard drive, you'll see 4 black screws. They just require the precision screwdriver to remove. So here I am. I'm going to try and take them out. I think I've almost got one out. Yep. Now for the second one. Okay, and here's the last one. You want to try and keep all the screws together and separate from each other so you don't get them confused with each other. So you do need to put all of this back together. Right, so there we have it, the 500GB PS4 hard drive. Some people may use this, so wipe it and use it as their own external hard drive. I'm just going to keep it as an emergency hard drive in case anything happens with the other one. Alright, so here we've got the 2 hard drives. On the left is the PlayStation 4's 500GB hard drive, and on the right is the Samsung 1.5TB hard drive. So I'm going to be putting the one on the right in my PlayStation 4, and the one on the left I'm going to be keeping for myself to just have as a backup. Right, so there's 4 screws on the hard drive that you're putting into the PlayStation 4. I found that you need a larger Phillips head screwdriver to take them out. So I eventually found something that worked, and so I've got one out, and I'll just get the other ones out. And I think I almost got the second one out. And last but not least, the 4th one I've taken out of the hard drive. So now we've got it ready to put into the bay that held the 500GB hard drive. Almost. This one's being a pain to take. Alright, so we've got the 4th one out. Also just realised how dusty my PlayStation 4 is. It might need a bit of a clean out. A lot of dust has gotten into it. Put the hard drive into the bay. Now I've just got to put 4 black screws in to hold it into place. I apologise for not having in the camera's view. As I said, it is hard to keep it so focused, but I'm trying my best. So I think almost got the first one in. So remember, this one requires a precision screwdriver. These are a pain to put back in. Alright, so I finally got all the screws in. Now I'm just going to put it back in. Now, in order to get it fully connected, all you want to do is push it until the one screw hole is lined up with the other, and then we can put in the screw that has the 4 symbols on it. So there we are, that's the screw in up close. That just requires a precision screwdriver. So just quickly put that in. Okay, so we've got the hard drive in. I'll take the 500 gig hard drive and I'll put the plastic back on the top. So the PlayStation's got its new hard drive in it. Alright, so now that we've got the PlayStation out of the way, I'll move that to the side. This is the 500 gigabyte hard drive. I'm going to house it in that case, well, one of the cases. So there's a plastic bag that came with the hard drive. I'm going to put the hard drive in the plastic bag, sorry, the Ziploc bag. Put that in the black, one of the case plastic bits, and I'll put that in the cardboard. This is just so I can safely store that hard drive if there's ever a rainy day. And I don't know what to do with the other end. Okay, so all the remaining screws and rubber grommets, I eventually found another Ziploc bag, so I'm going to store all of those in there too. Just so I can have everything together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep those with the hard drive. There's the 4 rubber grommets. Okay, so I'm going to put the hard drive in the box and put it away. And, okay, and I think I forgot something. So that silicon board that had the USB cable connection, I forgot to put that in the Ziploc bag. So I'll put that in, and I'm going to use an old iPhone case to keep the Ziploc bag in, an old iPhone 4 box. That'll be somewhat useful just to keep all those important bits together, and I'll store that away. Alright, so now that the hard drive's been housed, connect all the cables back and turn on the PS4. Note, you'll want to keep the USB, you'll want to insert the USB and connect the DualShock 4 by USB, as you'll soon see. Just wait for it to load up. It'll shut off at first, and then you wait, and then it'll turn back on and say cannot start the PS4. So you connect your DualShock 4, press the PS button, and then you upload the installation software through the USB, and it'll take a while to load up. Just waiting. Alright, so now it's initializing the software to install onto the PS4. This whole installing of the software should probably take 10 to 15 minutes at the most. So here we are. I'll just let this go through. I won't record all of it, but I'll try and record as much as possible. Right, so after all of that, it's going to start to install. As I said, I'm not going to show all of this installation because my hand will get tired. They're already getting tired from holding this camera, except this whole part should probably take about 10 to 15 minutes. So I think I'll let it get to about 33% and then move on to the next stage, just so I can keep this video as short as possible. Alright, so it's almost installed. Okay, so I've got the software installed. Now it'll shut down and boot up again. It'll take a little while. So here we are, we're in now. There's just wait for it to fully load up. Okay, and you'll be brought back to the factory reset that you started off with. So just put all your settings in. I'm going to go with UK English. I'll just connect to the internet. I'll enter in, I'll just, once I get to this, I'll stop recording while I enter my password, and then I'll continue filming. So I'm connected to the internet, just set my time zone. Okay, so Melbourne's with Sydney. I was looking for Melbourne, couldn't find it. There we are. Just go with Sydney. Okay, so that's the date and time. I'll change it out of 24 hours. Just keep that as it is. Keep this because I like to charge my stuff while using the PS4. Of course, I'm going to accept to that. Okay, setup's complete. Alright, so here we are. Okay, so I think I've got to log into PSN before I can use my account. Okay, so don't really care about that. Alright, so I'm just going to log into my PSN. First of all, look, so there we are, 1.5 terabytes, so I've got 1.32 terabytes left. Okay, so I've logged into my PSN, didn't want to show a password and stuff, so I thought I'll just log in. So you've got to download all the stuff, re-download all the stuff that you've downloaded again. So I've got unlimited internet here. If you don't, this may be a problem. So I'm just going to re-download all the stuff I purchased off PSN, and yeah, so here's that downloaded. I've got a few games that might take a while to download. My internet's not exactly that fast. Alright, and you're going to want to reinstall all your disk-based games. I've got 11 games, so it's going to take me a while. I'm installing the first game I bought, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, so let that install. You want that bar to fully load, and then I'll take that out, install a new game, and so on until I finish. Alright, so I finally got about to installing all my games. It took me a while. As you can see, it was over 20 minutes. So now what you're going to want to do is transfer all the saved data that you put onto your USB onto the system, so you've got all your saved files back on your PlayStation 4. So I'll just go through and do a couple of these just as a demonstration. Right, so I've already got that on. I'll let that go. So Grand Theft Auto 5, I'll select all that, copy that over. It's a lot quicker to put onto the PS4 than it is to take off. So there we are, that's it. Alright, so now I'm just going to test that each game has got all of its save files back. I'll start with Assassin's Creed 4. I'm not going to show every game, but I'll try and show like a few of my games. Alright, so it's in the loading screen. Alright, so every game will want an update. You'll need to use about 20 gigs. Website fee, you've got a cap. This may be a problem because the updates are fairly big. each ranges from about 1 gigabyte to about 2 gigabytes, so depending on your library, that's a fairly big amount of space. Another problem is it'll want to install even more further, so you'll need to spend, it took me a fair few hours to install. Anyway, now I'm in the game. I've got all my save data back, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, okay, so there's all of that. I've got everything back, so I'm happy about that. Just go for a bit more of that and we'll move on to the next game. I'm going to check it with The Last of Us. So I've got it I've got it installing its update. I've got all, so I've beaten it in normal twice. So I've got all my saved files there, even with the times. That's all good. I'll go back. No, so I don't want to start a new game yet. I might do this on hard the next time I play it because it is a great game. As you can see, I'll show you the chapters. I've got all of them back, so I'm rapt about that. And finally, I'm up to GTA 5, my favourite game. So this one took a while to install. It's 2:06 AM in the morning right now, so all of this, getting the games back to their start, took a few hours. It is a pain. I don't want to, not looking forward to having to do this again, but I've got all my saved files. Just loading up the game, my latest story mode game. Okay, so loading that up. Yeah, so I've got all my saved files back. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And the more likes and the more subscribes, more videos I'll make. Yeah, so this is about as complete as I tried to be with updating the hard drive. It is something that you'll need to do down the line. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. I really enjoyed making this video. Alright, cheers, bye. 1.32 terabytes, yes.